Hey YouTube, this is Seth McDonald. I am back with another talk video. 2 years from now, I want to talk to you about something that's kind of changed my life and changed me into be a better man than what I was back then. The thing of it is, we learn from our past mistakes. We learn on our choices, on who we're with, and who we're living with, or who 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 we want to be today, and stuff like that. And my thing of it is that 2 years was a bad situation for me around this time of month. This month was the month that I lost everything. I basically started all over. I basically just been saving up all kinds of money, making smart decisions, and basically, being humble, showing respect to other people, do things when they ask me to, always be honest, because, if you end up lying about something, eventually somebody's going to find out about it eventually, then you're going to have to explain to them why, why you ended up lying about it in the beginning. Well, the reason why I say the story about my past, this is the month where I'm going through a lot right now. I really don't like to talk about negative, but it's more of a negative story. It's not. It was about 2 years ago, around 9 o'clock on May 10th of May in the morning. I was getting ready to go to work, and what I've done was I let the dogs out just to go to the bathroom because they had to go, which, I didn't think it was no big deal or whatever. Well, my stepdad, on the other hand, not gonna mention his name because YouTube has a thing where if you talk trash upon somebody or whatever, well, he just got upset and got rage, and for no reason at all, just over something small and stupid. And, me, if I ended up, if it would have been, if I would have broke something in the house that morning, and I didn't tell him about it, that's one thing. Just letting the dogs out and everything, and just getting mad over that is something small and stupid, even though he did not tell me that to not let him out. I was just doing my normal routine, and he just got mad over it. And when he got mad over it, he just blew up in rage, started hitting on me, and I would defend myself. I'll try blocking myself and blocking his hits on me and everything, doing the best I can to defend myself. And I didn't lay a hand on him, but he laid more hands on me than anything. And then I came in to, I just let him do all the work. And when I saw an opening, um, that's when I took advantage of it. What really saved me was Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. Um, and learned karate blocks out of karate. Basically, doing my normal thing. Um, I didn't really practice on my skill that much because every time I did something wrong, he would treat me like I was a little kid, and he would like say, "Oh, you're grounded." I'm like, "Well, I'm not grounded." I said, "I'm an adult." I said, "You can't ground me." I said, "I'm 33 years old," and he always treated me like I was a freaking kid, and I wasn't no kid, and you know, and that's the thing, When you reach a certain age, your parents can't really do nothing to you. Now, they might be able to set some rules and, set some boundaries and stuff like that, what you can do and what you can't do, on respecting and their living place. But when it comes to being an adult and your stepfather as an adult saying, oh, you're grounded and, taking all your stuff away, hawking it, pawning it, and stuff like that for his benefit of what he wanted. And that's the thing. With him, he was a con artist. I'm not saying all con artists are bad, but he was one bad dude that could not be trusted. And um, like if I see something on a movie that reminds me of a situation that I was in, um, like I say, if somebody was choking somebody and or whatever in that type of scenery, it's really hard to watch a scene like that because I know what it's like to get choked and almost being choked to death. And but if it weren't from Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, which I didn't even really put him in a full armbar. I just put him in a half armbar. Basically, was let him know, say, hey, I'm done. I'm done being a punching bag. If you don't quit hitting on me, this arm is gonna be broke. And that's what I told him. And he finally quit. He finally quit hitting on me. And I said, we're gonna talk like man to man. I said, we ain't gonna duke it out anymore. We ain't gonna hit on each other no more. We're gonna talk it out. I said, if we can't talk it out, then it's not meant to be. On that situation, it was a bad deal for me. I went to work, and my work colleagues took me into the office. They ended up taking pictures of me, calling the abuse hotline center, and um, then they went in and all that, and I had to explain my story to the police, and I told them what the situation was, and then, well, I told him, I said, well, one thing, he says, well, if I leave the situation, he was going to send me to a group home, and, he kept threatening me with the group home. He said that's where I needed to be, and everything, and I said, and plus he was just a violent person. Then the officer said, well, do you know the who the president is and all that, and what year it is. And I said, yes, I do. And he said, well, who are they? And I told him at the time. Well, and at the time, Obama was president, and before Trump came in, and he said, well, who's running up for president? And I said, Trump and Hillary Clinton. And I said the year, and he said, man, if you know your math and stuff and all that, he said, that place is not meant for you. He's just trying to get in your head and scare you. And he asked me, do I bruise easy? And I said, in some certain areas I do. But other than that, he's like, well, did you lay a hand on him? And I said, no, I never laid no hand on him. I said, the only thing I did was controlled his arm from choking me too much where I could breathe, and all I did was wrap my leg around him, and I put him in the arm bar to make him stop choking me, and basically I controlled him in the situation. Do I forgive him for what he's done? I do forgive, and that's the only thing about it. You can't let anger build up inside of you too long, otherwise it eats you up inside. Yes, I forgive, but would I be able to trust him ever again? If you ever decided to say, hey Seth, I need you back in my life, I made a mistake, can we work this out? I gave him chance over chance and over chance. So many chances in my life. All he wanted me for was his money. He didn't really care about me and all that. And he told my real dad at the time that when um, when I saw my dad when his court trial was going on, um, basically he said, well, he loves you. And I told my dad, my real dad, well, him and my stepdad are married, they're gay couples, which I have no problem with gays or whatever you want to be. Just don't push it on me. But other than that, my real dad at the time, he ended up saying, he does love you. And I looked at him and I said, how does he love me as a stepson if he's trying to choke me to death, try to hit on me, try to use me for money, and for the things that he wants? And I told my dad, I said, all he's doing is using you. I said, that's all he's doing. He don't love you. And I said, one of these days you're going to open up and realize I was right. But other than that, I said, I'm better, 100% stronger, more faster now than ever in my techniques. I've been getting back into my training. I train 5 days a week. It's been over 2 years now. And I proved to him that I'm saving up all kinds of money and, got me a new ride and basically, just trying to be better than what he was. Just trying to prove to him that, hey, I succeeded in my life, and what I want to do. And that's for anybody that's been out there in an abusive situation or abusive parents or abusive verbal abuse parents or whatever, talk down on you all the time, say you're no good and stuff like that. Well, there is a way and there is a will to overcome that and turn it around. Is that it's you gotta want it, and you gotta want to make your life better and prove to them that you can do anything you want and do it your own way without their help. And that's the thing. That's my positive aspects out of this. The negative turned into the positive. Plus, it makes me into a better person and who I am today. And that's the reason why I train every day, train hard for an hour, 2 days off. Basically, just doing what I love doing what I love enjoying, and basically being myself, being who I am, and basically being who I want to be. So if somebody tell me how to live my life, and so if somebody controlling me, who I ought to be with, what I ought to be of a gender or whatever, Me, I'm straight. I like women. I'm single, and hey, who cares? Relationships come later, and but once you learn from your mistakes in the past, I don't really call it a mistake. I call it more of a blessing because it got me from that situation where I didn't want to be in, and I knew if I stayed there longer, I'd probably end up being 6 feet under. And so that's one way of looking at it. But other than that, stay positive, train hard, train smart, get off your phones, get off your Xbox, That's my story from 2 years ago when everything happened. And so like I said, I'm not going to mention any names because I don't want nobody going up to him saying, hey, your stepson made a video of you and about you. You're total, you know what. But to me, that's what he is. He's a part of my French. I'm going to say it, and he was. And I don't really like to call people names, but to me, he was a dickhead. And to me, people that hit on their kids or um, just out of angry and try to abuse them, they're dickheads. They're a bunch of pussies because they're hitting on an infant child. Now, if the child done wrong, you have to try to correct them. No, you spank them, and you basically just let them know that they did wrong. But if you keep on hitting on, leaving a bruise mark, then you went too far. To me, that's being a pussy. That's being a dickhead. And sorry, like I said, issues. I don't tolerate that crap in my world because I was in that situation. And today, if I would see somebody out there with their kids and they turn around and hit them really hard or thump them on the head just for talking to strangers or whatever for no reason, just being nice, you know, and the kid starts crying or whatever, I'll tell that parent off. And I better believe it, I will tell that parent off. And I said that's just my way of thinking. Cause some people raise children different, and I'm not telling people on how to raise their children or anything like that. But um, other than that, just stay humble. If you're in a bad situation or in a relationship that's abusive, you know, to stay humble, stay positive. There is a way out, and the only thing you gotta do is that you gotta want, and that's the thing. And I'll talk to you all later. Seth McDonald signing out, and it is raining here, and I guess God bless you on a rainy Saturday, and stay tuned for my next video, and God bless you.